Good everyone, and welcome to today's video, and today it's a skin grind battle I had grinding the T28E. Now I've seen a lot of people knock this tank for apparently being bad. I don't think it is. I'm going to say that straight away, I don't even think it's that bad. Up tiered, yes, the armor doesn't even matter. But down tiered, this thing is pretty much a Russian B1, it feels like. I know some people are going to be laughing already, but hear me out. This is actually, well, it makes sense. So the T28 as a whole was essentially well, it was meant to support infantry, but it's sort of a baby land ship or Russia's first land ship sort of thing. And well, it wasn't their first, but you get the gist. Um, and it wasn't exactly the best tank in the Second World War. Obviously, the E model was an attempt to improve on it by adding additional armor, which I mean, it actually works if you angle this thing pretty well. Not in an up tier because Panzer IV F2, but it's actually not that bad. I don't even think it's that bad of a vehicle. The stock grind, however, is. Luckily, I sprayed this thing before I decided to go for the skin grind. You start with a shrapnel shell with 34 millimeters of pen, and at 2.7, that's not a lot. You do get a nice upgraded round, though, 67 millimeters of pen, 150 grams of explosive. It's quite nice. It's quite a nice shell. I mean, it pretty much one-shots everything that you hit. If it doesn't, it'll cripple it. And it's a really nice vehicle to play. I do have another battle where is it? No, that's not it. It's Abandoned Factory. It was this one. And I got 11 kills on the damn thing. Me and Poo King, which was a guy in a B1 Biz, essentially just carried the team. So it can do well. It honestly can. You just have to play it right. So how do you play this thing? Well, I tend to angle it like this. Driver's port's a little bit more angled, but I point the MG towards the opponent. Because obviously they'll have to crank their gun up most likely, because this is quite a tall tank to go and go for the gun, which is, well, in places it's only 20 millimeters thick, but in some places it's up to 50, which is pretty impressive for a 2.7 vehicle. And by angling your machine gun port towards them, this additional armor on the machine gun port is enough to stop most rounds. If it doesn't, it's going to explode in the MG port and maybe kill only him and the driver, which means you can then fire back. And, well, the additional armor on the lower glacis, that's also saved me. Additional armor on the driver's port, that's also saved me. The turret has additional armor all the way around. The sides in places have additional armor. The rear has additional armor. It's actually not that bad of a tank. It's just I see a lot of people knocking it, and I don't get why, because I think this is actually alright. It's not the best tank at 2.7, but put this thing with a T50 and the Russian P40, and you've got a recipe for disaster, because this thing is, well, for the enemies at least, it's a really good combo. Obviously, T28E, T50, and P40 Warhawk or Kitty Hawk. It's all well and good because they're great vehicles. I mean, the P40 cleans house, I'll tell you that much. But anyway, less my blabbering, let's jump into the battle. T28E, Unexpected Survivability. And well, we actually have an appearance again by Raptor Jesus. He's on his PC account in this one, if I remember. I think this is the battle that I saved. He has multiple accounts. He's even encouraged, well, he's actually started doing a baby account. So that's always nice. And, well, yeah, so Raptor Jesus does take a while to get to the battle, but his name's there, Chicken Master, which I thought was pretty funny. So we are in a 3.0 game, and, well, I wasn't expecting much from this vehicle. I think this is my second game in the thing. I'd had pretty good experience so far, and I thought, it's alright. But this battle really changed my opinion, and you'll see why. So, obviously, 75-34 M42 down there. Panzer IV-C, I go for him first. Dead, first shot, first kill. The gun is great when you get it upgraded. Penetrated there. Unfortunately, the transmission and the driver are already gone in that thing. Horizontal turret drive. A little bit more to the right. I missed that one, so I back up a little bit more. And straight through the front plate. And that's my second kill. The gun's actually not got bad velocity for what it is. I mean, the gun is actually, well, the barrel length is actually quite small. And to be honest, you do notice that, but to be honest, the optics don't feel that bad to use. Now, for some weird reason, this guy decides to shoot me in the side. I don't know what his problem was. So, me and Chicken must obviously Raptor Jesus were on comms, and I basically said at this point, go ahead, dickhead, because, well, he'd annoyed me, but I'd just randomly shooting me for no reason. I checked his stats anyway, he's another retard with nothing spaded as per fucking usual. I swear, people just need to spade the vehicles, because, trust me, you're going to fall in love with some vehicles. And, well, I've gained respect for the T28E. Let's just say that. I used to think this thing was a pile of shit, but now I think it's actually pretty good. The regular T28E, or the T28, is not that bad. It could be worse. But this thing basically takes that and turns it up to 11 with its armor protection, because it's surprisingly good in its armor protection. And I can't knock this tank. It is a really nice tank to drive. Funny thing was, Raptor Jesus was spectating me at this point, and he said you could not get that thing through that gap, and I was like, eh, let's try it. And sure enough, I get it through. Only just, this thing's quite a bit of a... It's a bit wide in the load, shall we say. AB-43 armoured car. Take out the loader, he bounces off. I put a shot right there that takes out his gunner. Start ramming him at this point, but Captain Dickhead in his M22 comes along and nicks it. And I'm like, you cunt. I don't get why I had that perfectly under control, but hey, level retards, eh? So that's my first assist. Obviously 2 kills so far, we're doing alright. But don't worry, we're going to be bouncing a lot more, and you'll see that this thing does have good armour, and people used to say the armour didn't mean anything, even though it's got bolted on additional 30mm plates. And trust me, it makes a big difference. It's not going to save you from every gun. Every tank can be penetrated if you work hard enough to find either a weak spot or use a big enough bloody gun. It's at this point where I'm thinking, oh shit. But he just drives forward, and the shell goes under his tank and explodes in the crew compartment, leaving a nice big, well, splattered, probably pants of those crew members, but also body parts, most likely. And there we can see, armor's holding up. Take out the loader. Second assist. At least I think that's, no, that's the gunner in that thing, because the commander sits on the right hand side. I'm a muppet. I haven't played the 7518 M41 for a while. I think I still need to do skins on it. I still need to do skins on the other Semiventes. First shot out against that AB-43 armoured car. Miss. I let Raptor Jesus know he's now spawning an M8 HMC. The Scott. Well, it's not really a Scott, but it's on a Scott chassis, so I can't really complain. At this point, however, I'm saying to him, right, you can deal with that guy, I've got to deal with this. There's a lot of tanks up ahead of me. I'm taking shots from the rear, and I was thinking, hang on, what's that? Sure enough, it's a Puma. And again, he's bouncing off. There's another bounce. Better that hit the track, but the armour is holding. Somehow. But it's holding. The long 50 would normally go right through this thing, but if you angle it, this armour can hold really, really well. And as I've said, my opinion has changed on this vehicle. Like, it's a nice tank. It's not the best, but it's still good. So I didn't know at the time that Puma had died, but I soon worked out that he had died now. Raptor Jesus has gone in there balls deep to go and deal with those guys, so I decided to watch his back. And, well, we've got to support him, obviously. We've got a couple of tanks up ahead. We've got an AB-43 armoured car. There's another bounce. But if it was only a Cheetah that was shooting at us, but it's still a bounce because you can load heat and penetrate this thing. Well, no, it's a Igo Co. They've got the same gun, it doesn't really matter. That's my excuse. My tank recognition skills are pretty crap sometimes. Igo Hangar. Goodbye, mate. 4th kill. And as I was saying to Raptor Jesus throughout, I'm actually impressed with this vehicle surviving this many shots. It still has to survive more, mind you, because, well, you can't have a tank at 2.7 without getting penetrated. I mean, like, there's always going to be something that can penetrate your tank. That's just common knowledge. And yes, once you get up to the T28E has a bad time. A very bad time. But if you're dancing, or if you're at 3.0 like I am in this game, you don't tend to have a problem. Obviously, that's another bounce. I think it's from that Hargo or something. And, oh no, it's another AB-43. Forgot about this guy. He puts one through the transmission after going for the additional armor plating. Not like it matters. He misses that shot. I get a decent hit in, take out the driver and the commander. Bombs out from that, I think it was a TBD Devastator, an IL-2. And he blows him to Kingdom Come, getting my 3rd kill, or kill assist. Excuse me, I've got hiccups a bit. And again, I did just down half a pint, or half a pint's worth of Pepsi Max in one go. Because why not? And it's also like 25 to 30 degrees at the moment here in the UK, and I'm fucking roasting. And that, right there on that Panzer III, is my final kill for the game. Now that's where our first penetration actually happens. He hits a part where the additional armor doesn't wrap onto the front. So like there's like a hole in the area where you can obviously, you can see the hole there. He hit the additional armor, but it's just enough. It looks like it didn't penetrate, but it did. Gaijin recently have added like a non-penetration looks like a penetration, and yet, well no, a non-penetration means a penetration, and a penetration means a penetration. I don't understand that logic. I just don't understand, but it's Gaijin. They fuck it up. Let's be real. And that is pretty much going to be it for the battle. So, T28E, like I say, pretty good tank to skin grind with. I actually think it's a good tank now. In an up tier, don't bother using it, is all I'll say. But at your own tier, you can survive a good amount of shots if you angle it like this. 30 to 40 degrees, and this thing will bounce shots left, right, and center. It is a tough tank at times. So, give it a shot, is all I'll say. Give it a shot. But anyway, I will let you guys off. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the T28E, and I will see you all on the next one.